Hello YouTube and welcome to a Garry's Mod video. Today I'm going to be talking about my initial introduction into Garry's Mod Roleplay, and it was on... well, let's start from the beginning. So I didn't start playing Garry's Mod until circa 2022. I think it was as late as May by that point even. And I remember just before that I started watching this YouTuber you may be familiar with called The Librarian. I'll be sure to leave a link to his channel. I've had to do that a couple of times now when I talk about Garry's Mod content. And his urban explorations of these Garry's Mod maps and his breakdowns of urban legends or other stuff that might be going on about the map. I mean, I remember when he started doing explorations in VR, and that's what really got me hooked. I thought it was just so cool to experience these old maps in VR. Anyway, so I purchased Garry's Mod, and I played around with the single player a little bit. I didn't really subscribe to any add-ons for a long time. It wasn't long before I tried to join a bunch of servers to try to gather up some add-ons. That's coming from experience playing Team Fortress 2 and Team Fortress Classic, as I used to acquire like custom maps and stuff by just joining random servers. And I figured it would work the same, and it did temporarily, but once I closed the game it would flush any add-ons installed from the previous servers I was on. So eventually I did buckle down and check out the workshop for myself. And I'm glad I did. I primarily play Garry's Mod in single player. I haven't played multiplayer, well, really since I played Downtown the first few times, at least unless you count videos I've made with friends, which have been their own separate mess. Anyways, so yes, I remember hearing about the urban legends of Roleplay Downtown V2, which this is not Roleplay Downtown V2. It's a map called Roleplay Downtown Funny Word V2. A link will be in the description. And I've also checked out Roleplay Downtown V2, the many uploads there are of it on the workshop. And it's just staggering how built out this version of the map is. I mean, look how open it is. I'll do a no-clip run later, but there's just so much to do and see in this map. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to spawn real quick, just real quick. So on the server I was on, I might still have it favorited if it's still up. This was where everyone spawned, of course. And I remember my first base, I was new, and I thought it would, well, I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't expecting it to be so heavily modified. And it was so full of people, too. They were all mostly over in this area. I remember one time I was playing and there were people building a slide and a funny statue that resembled a particular body part over here, using a bunch of props. And I remember people doing parkour all up here. I remember trying it myself a little bit. Ah, this was a movie theater. Let's go see if we can stop in. I remember I stopped in here once, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever to be able to watch videos from YouTube or other sources and stream them in a Garry's Mod map. Unfortunately, when I stopped in, most of the time people were watching more explicit content on here, so I didn't stay in for very long. Let's go take a look at the projector room. Oh yes, this big old projector peering down over there. You can see it looks like the texture from one of the Half-Life 2 computers just shrunken to fit the brick that is the toy there. But anyways, this was always the police station. And I remember when I finally unlocked the ability to play as police, I had so much fun here. It was so fun being able to explore the police station and lock up evildoers. It was complicated how to lock people up, but I figured it out soon enough, and anytime I saw someone was wanted, I would just take care of them to say, lock him up real quick. One time someone marked the mayor as wanted, and I got him. I had no idea he was the mayor. I guess I should have figured since he had a Dr. Breen avatar, but I locked him up and I was immediately teleported one-on-one with an admin and the Dr. Breen player as the mayor. And I was like, what did I do? They were nice enough about it. Still a little harsh, I figured, for Garry's mod, but it's fine. A sniper nest, interesting. Yeah, on the server I was on, it was very much a police state. I don't think I can cancel the lockdown, that's fine. That's enough of the police station. Now over here was for a very, very first setup shop. I didn't even register for a job yet, so I was pretty much a nitwit. It was in one of these buildings over here. I think it was this garage. Again, I still didn't know how, like, product worked and whatnot. Yes, I do believe this was the place. Yes, this was it. This was where I made my little bedroom. With sewer access as well. I don't remember anything happening in the sewers from where I was, but it was still kind of cool. Gosh, I wish I could turn off that alarm. But I remember turning this place into like a store or a restaurant type of thing, where over here you had displays and a counter. I had a couple of vending machines over here, and everything over here was like seating and other accommodations intended for customers. You can kind of see that click. Might not exactly make sense, but that's what I turned it into. My next base was way over this way. Speed this up a little bit. I also built a base here at one point, and it was when I was essentially a weapons seller. I would sell weapons. I had a sign up and everything. I even had like more vending machines and benches seating here. Then I had my gun cabinets and counter over here. It was extremely basic, but it was a store. And in that session, my home was this building right here, which I also turned into a small accommodation area using props. So again, vending machines and stuff. I remember adding like a clock on the wall and everything. And over here, this is what I turned into my bedroom, but not before I found a money printer. Yeah, someone left a money printing device just right here. And the server, thank goodness they had it registered so you could see who owned the money printer. The username would be displayed. And it was almost actually full of money, like it almost printed as much as it could carry. So I remember I emptied it once and took it for myself. And I waited it to stock up again for a while, just so it wouldn't look suspicious. And then, using voice chat, I attempted to identify who was police. And 2 policemen, role-playing as policemen, followed me. I showed them the money printer, and they were discussing what to do about it, whether they should hunt down the owner of it or destroy it. They simply just destroyed it with their stun sticks and left it as that, and I was able to continue on my merry way without issue. They acted fairly professional about it. Most people playing were actually much older, so that's fair enough. I remember at one point I also built a base in here. Now, despite how full the server was, I remember even just out here, it was so empty. And this building really encapsulated it. I mean, look at this. If you had a search warrant to find someone in here, where would you start? There's so much housing. I remember, though, my base was down here. I think it was in this door. Yeah, because I wanted the window right here. And I built a small base here. I guess I just wanted to have a little bit of privacy. The irony of being on an online server and, you know, having some privacy. And I'm almost absolutely certain no one else was actually renting out anywhere in this building at the time. I'm almost certain it was completely desolate, as most of the buildings were. Again, a lot of the intention was in the movie theater watching explicit videos and role-playing cops and robbers for the most part. I remember there was one guy, I'm not gonna say he was like a bully, but he was definitely like all over the place, definitely higher level, and he had like some assault rifles and stuff, and I guess you could say he was role-playing the vigilante, and he had this house here. And I was looking around the map one day, just, you know, toggling the doors left and right, and then I toggled his. And he happened to see it. I didn't notice until he came up to me and I looked over, and he just was right there. And he was like, "What are you doing? You gonna speak up? I'm not gonna shoot you if you speak up." And I was frozen in place, tried to make a run for it, and then he just finished me off real quick, as expected. That was fun. Now over here, is this where? I'm cheating a little bit, but this doesn't look like how I remember it. I'm almost certain this is the same map. Maybe the server was using an updated version. There should be more stuff back here. There should be like a way to climb over here someplace and hide something, or maybe it's over here? No. Darn it, I downloaded the wrong version of the map. That's fine. I remember there used to be something over here, and I would hide my money printer over here, and I would check it periodically, make sure it wasn't overheating, and to collect the funds. It never got busted, probably because it was all the way out here, and no one even had a place rented out over here. There may have been some other secretive stuff going on. Most of the secretive stuff was just money printers. But I never took the opportunity to, like, explore and try to find other people's money printers. I never did, and I kind of wish I did, because it just felt so weird. How could people exist in such a huge open space and not give it the attention it needs? Hold up, this might be what I was talking about earlier. Yes, this is it. Forgive me, but this down here is where I left my money printer. Definitely a hike to get to, yet an obvious spot to check if that's what you were looking for. But I really wish I did explore more in that server, especially in areas like the sewer, but you've got all these enterable homes, these buildings, and no one ever really did much with them. Sure, you'd have people that would rent out the place, and it would be registered in their name and have a locked door, but they never even decorated for the most part. They would all be busy goofing off in the center. This was a very popular place to build a gun shop, I remember that. Over here, and especially these two buildings here, this place was also a weapons store for a long time. Just all the centered stuff. Empty billboard there. Another area I remember setting up a base at one point was way over this way. I remember getting in a lot of shootouts over this way, a lot of people sprinting that were robbing, and I would try to shoot them while they're dead-ass sprinting from across the map. And I had some luck, but latency made it very difficult. This one right here was the bank. I think it got stolen once, and I got in a firefight with the guy who robbed it, supposedly. That is a big fault. I got in a firefight with the guy who robbed it, supposedly, and I think he killed me a couple times, but I do think I did eventually get him, which ended the bank heist event. So it was technically a victory for civilization, you could say. Oh, this area I'm so fond of. Look at all this here. I think there might have been one person that set up shop here. And by set up shop, I mean there's no way you're gonna get business out here. They just had their home here, but that's so nice. Probably was expensive, but it is nice. Nothing a little money printer can't solve. I absolutely adore this playground area back here. Who the heck lets their kids play right next to a train yard? And I say train yard, but this place is so overgrown. There is absolutely no way you could safely operate a rail car here. I mean, look how dilapidated the only engine here is. As well as a rogue shipping container. But either way, it's a Garry's Mod map, and so there's a lot of inspiration from Counter-Strike Source and Half-Life 2. I remember I built a shop in one of these places here. Again, by shop I mean house. Oh hey Rusty. A friend from Game Jolt. Anyways, yes, I remember I built a place somewhere over here, I think. Where was it? I think it was in the back, maybe? It had a window, but not like that. Like, it had a... Oh, shoot. Anyways, I remember I had a home here. Someone else set up a home in one of the rooms next to me. I think he was actually a burglar. Like, it was in his job description, burglar or thief or something. And I think he did eventually break in, but I literally had nothing but props. I think he might have destroyed the props, but like there was nothing you could really steal from it. It's not like I kept money in there or something. I don't think anyone did anything with this gas station. I'm surprised no one rented out this. Again, that's what I mean by if you are literally anywhere from the center of the action, you'll find like a person around you that you may or may not trust with your life, and that's all you have. Oh, this is the building where it was. I remember the glass balcony. I think it was this room exactly. Yeah, I built myself like a computer setup, furniture, a clock on the wall, a bed right here. This is where it was. And the other guy, he was like literally in this room, more or less. The burglar. So that was interesting. Again, just so many buildings. I don't think Garry's Mod can even support enough players to realistically occupy a sufficient number of these buildings to be livable. This sewer access, I don't really remember using it very much, but we'll check out where it goes real quick. It may ring some bells. Oh, ocean access. This map actually has a very extensive coastal area. I mean, there's heckin' islands out there. Now, I know that that stage of the map right over there, and what else you see is skybox, but that island right there, you can go to this. And you can set up shop here. How the heck you're gonna get business, I don't know. I remember this was a popular map I used to test a boat I made. Let me spawn that in real quick here. Alright, so here's the boat. Will it float? There it goes. I think I might need my physics gun. It has a tendency to capsize. There we go. I built this boat. And you use the arrow keys to use it. Simple set of thrusters and seats. But it does work. I think I have a... Oh. Yeah, I do have a upgraded... I'm about to crash. Oh. See what I mean by how easy it is to capsize? We are drowning and we're fine. This is fine. This is fine. Look, you can see the shipwrecks. Doink. Go to shore, might have a chance. Okay, enough of that. Just get rid of that. Yes, there is in fact detailed shipwrecks and stuff you can find underwater. I think that's super cool. Not exactly sure who's going to be diving, but for the sake of the person that does, there is stuff you can find. Yes, you do genuinely have an extensive water area where you can actually use boats. That is just super cool to me. All this housing over here. Gosh, now that I think about it in retrospect, just imagine, trying to imagine just, oh my gosh, the amount of money printers that could have been everywhere. Got a couple warehouses here. No one did anything with these. It's not like you could roleplay a delivery truck driver. It was only courier on foot. So there's no point of having a massive depot. I can still hear the PlayStation alarm. I wish I could turn that off. Oh wow, this is... Why is that so small? But there must be more to this. Well, it's not connected to this building directly, but there is technically more. Okay. Ah, here. I remember I set up a base here at one point as well. I think it was in this room? Yeah, I would only... This is a big plot to only have, like, a single actual space private to someone. I think I built, like, a house there once or twice, and that's it. And then we're back in the center square. Gosh, this water fountain effect is gorgeous. There's a couple more areas we can explore. We can go back here where it's much more industrial, but also much more compact. I love the factory skybox pieces that have come from Half-Life 2. They really do add so much character in industrial builds. Just the way you can have something towering over yet out of reach to the normal player. Like, look, dead end. The map hasn't been built that far yet. You've got Combine logos, that's interesting, so this is likely post events of Half-Life 2. Or it's just basic texturing with what was available. You've got these absolutely massive garages. How the heck do they get a container up here, a shipping container up here without a crane? I don't see a ceiling mounted crane, but look how big and open this is. It almost reminds me of something you'd see in Boneworks. Especially that starting area where you've just got all this massive free space reserved to you as a single person, Arthur Ford. So you can perform your duties and stuff. And then you got a small area here. It can only be opened from... Oh, there was a button there. Never mind, I'm an idiot. And then you've got this here. It's a little bit smaller, but still large. Not as tall, but very, very much longer and wider. Or maybe not even wider, just a lot longer. Which is pretty good. And then, what is this? I guess you could have inventory here. Not very much of it, though. Depend on what you're storing. And then you've got just a dead end here. I can imagine a player who's done something devious being chased by a couple policemen, and he waits till the last second to pull out his gun, and he does it right there, and oh my gosh. Look how huge this is. What's the point of the ramp going up here? It's great for trucks, but once you get up here, it's so tight for a truck. And what would be the point of elevating the stock? You are technically losing out on space, but again, without a crane, you can't really lift things up. And even then, that can't be a very tall truck, whatever is moving in and out of here. Oof. Another really, really big warehouse. And I remember, I don't think I even saw this area very much when I was actually in the server. Maybe I glimpsed over it, or ran past it real quick, but didn't find anything interesting. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I didn't want y'all to hear that. Okay. Oh, this is dark. I feel like I'm gonna find a stash of Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics or something just waiting for me. here we have an elevator. I believe this goes to the sewer. And I love how comically cartoony, out of place this button is compared to like everything else on the map. It just looks so... I mean, it's obvious, but out of all the buttons they could have used... custom vending machines. Cool breeze, purified water. I can only imagine what's in that water, but whatever. And speaking of water, look how shallow the sewer is, yet how wide this area is. Like, I feel like you could get away with driving a car down here. In fact, let me test that out. Oh, okay. Let's just spawn in the Jeep. Well, it's a little bigger than I thought it would be for here. But... well, even then the water's not deep enough. Oh yeah, that works. Let's get in the car. Yeah, look at this. Oops. Yeah, you could technically fit a car and drive through here at your own discretion. But then that could also happen, so whatever. Got something over here. I imagine this is going to lead us to a surface access. But yeah. Where are we now? Oh, we're back here. Okay, that's good to know. We did make some good distance just then, didn't we? But let's head back into the sewer because this place is truly extensive. You've got stuff down here for some reason. And not just down here, but way down here. Like, what are we doing? Digging for oil? What is this? If you want to talk about somewhere to hide a money printer, this would be the spot to do stuff. It's highly defensible. There's only one way in, one way out. And you've got that tower there you can hide in. And who the heck would want to just keep sending wave after wave of police after you down here? I mean, it really is far off. Well, look at this cozy home. Probably extremely expensive, yet dilapidated, but it's large, open, has your needs. You'd probably get pretty cold at night with how big it is, but at least it had a heater in there that we saw, so I think for privacy, aside from the money laundering going on down here, you would be pretty set. Oh, yes. To give you an idea of just how extensive the sewers are down here, just to give you an idea, can you imagine trying to bust an underground something going on down here that's illegal? Where would you even begin? I mean, oh my gosh, if you want to look for just free money printers to steal from or destroy, why is there a warehouse down here? I mean, who is moving inventory in and out from the sewer? Could a truck even get over here? Could this withstand the weight of a truck? Game logic, yes, but... oh, a train. I didn't notice this. I did not notice a rail yard here. If you're familiar with what Roleplay Downtown V2's sewer looks like, just picture that in your head real quick. And just think of how vastly different the sewer is down here. Yes, you had an underground train system, but it wasn't like a supervillain lair-esque setup here. I mean, this is absurd. I mean, this is huge. I mean, imagine how much tax dollars come into here alone. I mean, this is unbelievable. Where would you begin down here? There's an entire underworld here with giant warehouses, yet sparse means to move supplies that would actually be able to fill up such warehouses. It's truly amazing. I can imagine quite a few firefights or busts happening down here. It'd be like a cartel operation bust going on. Absolutely incredible. Although we are running out of spots to see, we can certainly... There's one more aspect of this map that I really want to show you guys, if you will be patient with me, which you have been extremely patient with me thus far, and I am so grateful for that. Oh, hey, look, basketball. Oh, screenshot button. Oh, I can do this. I remember trying so hard to get this. There, I did it. Hooray for me. Oh, a church house. I never noticed a church house. Well, it's clear it wasn't a priority, which is kind of sad. I usually love how map builders will make like a massive cathedral and heavily detail it with the glass panels and stuff. Ugh, that's a... Look, they didn't even get the ladder right. That's kind of sad. How are you gonna screw up a church? That's just not right. I mean, I'm glad it's here nonetheless, and it does have its own spot back here, but I feel like a church deserves so much more. I mean, oh my gosh. It's just... Okay, how did they get away with this? Oh, copyright infringement, am I right? Looks like you got another building here, nothing crazy. Seriously though, how the heck does an otherwise insignificant building end up grander than this cheap excuse for a church? It's just so sad. I personally don't think that's correct. If it was in my power, I would give that church I would remove this whole area here and make a really nice church house. In fact, I would make a huge plot of land open for it, so youth would have room to play. Gosh, it's so bad. I never even noticed that until now, the fact that there even was a church house. Anyways. Another big old warehouse. But there's not even access for a vehicle. You'd have to move everything by hand. And I mean, not even a forklift would fit through here. You could use get a forklift in here somehow. You'd have to assemble it inside. You could use a forklift in here to move stuff up front, and people could walk it out here to where a truck could sit, but that is so much work. Okay. Now for the last part of this video, and this part is very special to me. I remember sitting in this room as I was thinking about decorating in the ambiance that you can hear from this map. Just take a listen. The sound of rats scurrying. The sound of water dripping. Of wood creaking. This can even be heard outside, but you can hear a man almost crying. And it's so weird to me. The ambiance outside, where it should be hustle and busy, is so similar to what you hear in the sewer or a basement. Isn't that bizarre? You think out here you would hear like the ambiance from CS Assault of cars, emergency vehicles, city life, like in the original Downtown V2. But instead it's just hollow. When you're here all alone, it's hollow. It seems to be strongest in this part of the map. I wish I could hear the audio of the man whimpering, but it's not. It's not happening very well. Because you can hear it more from the sewer. Oh, isn't this a sneaky little exit? And another pish-posh home here. Can I... How do I turn this off? Oh, okay. Finally, peace and quiet. Oh, the sound of flies buzzing, I hate it. That sound of a man whimpering, that really comes out to me. And I think it might have something to do with the fact how supposedly the developer or builder of the first roleplay map passed away. I wonder if it's a homage to that fact, but I don't know. Well, I think that's about to do it for today. But as a special bonus, I want to take a quick look at some other downtown maps I have saved, ones that I hold special. Here it is, the classic Roleplay V2, Roleplay Downtown V2. And you can immediately notice the ambiance outside. It's so much busier. It sounds just like the ones from CS Assault. I remember using some of the rooms here. Some of these buildings. Yeah, I was one of these, building a base here. Not that I ever found a server actually hosting this game, but I used to attempt to actually host this map and hope someone would join. No one ever did. I felt so discouraged about it. I mean, it's just so classic. Pardon the broken water texture, I apologize about that. Oh, this area. How much more obvious the train yard is. It looks like it's actually functional. A pawn shop back here. Look how much simpler it is. How much more friendly the buildings are. Yet you still have your massive warehouse. I think RP Downtown Funny Word V2 does a little bit much in the way of too many warehouses, but anyways, there it is. Roleplay Downtown V2 made by The Pro. There's his Steam ID. Supposedly this guy passed away, which is highly unfortunate. Still. Gosh, how much busier this version sounds, yet how literally no one actually hosts this map anymore. Unless it's for the heck of it being this map in particular. Most people just launch Downtown Funny Word V2. And the sewer. This isn't... I really need to fix the water texture at some point. I think there's an add-on screwing with it. Yeah, look how much more simpler yet believable the train yard area is here. But let's also take a look at how simple the sewer is. Again, it's not here. This is pretty close. You've got like some stuff here, but you couldn't get away with a whole lot. It would be very easy to find people. But if we go this way, where your respirator? Why? This is the sewer. And look how much tighter it is. It's just a long waterway with service tunneling. This feels very Half-Life 2-esque. Yeah, extremely simple. I still have some fun chases here, but it's not like supervillain lair level. Aside from hearing about the urban legends and everything, I don't have a whole lot of immediate nostalgia for Downtown V2, this original one here, which is unfortunate, but I can still appreciate the aesthetic and just what it means, what this map means. How much smaller it is, but yet how it still serves its purpose. It's so impressive. Here it is. This is one of my favorite re-uploads of Roleplay Downtown V2. It's called Roleplay Downtown V4C, Victor for Charlie. V4C. And I love the skybox here. Now you can already tell the ambience is much more silent already this early on. The layout is still pretty much the same though. The skybox, it's so comforting yet isolating at the same time though. This area is a little bit less terrifying, and the train yard has been removed in favor of, well, the start of a coastal area. I'm sure y'all are familiar with that. That's random. Oh yes. I'm sure you can recognize this. Look how much smaller this warehouse is all of a sudden. It still has the same problems from discussed before, but still, they worked on it a little bit. This area actually looks friendly for trucks. It's excellent. Heck, you even have one conveniently here. I mean, it's in bad state, but it works. Oh yes, this was sewer access in Downtown Funny Word, the more modern version of the map. I say Funny Word, y'all know what it actually is. If not, you could check the description, but yeah. One of the most obvious inclusions is also this area over here, where you've got some nicer, more private housing, and the gas station actually present here. It's crazy how downtown started as just like it's a slice of an area, one that could foster a bunch of exciting activity, but also hominess. But it evolved quickly to be kind of like its own society. Look, this is where the bank would have been. I'm assuming this would probably still be the police station, most certainly. The theater isn't here, but the metro access is. It still looks very much the same from downtown V2. I think it's a... yeah, it's definitely... well... yeah, I didn't showcase this area, but I do believe that area is also present in downtown V2. Let's take a quick look at the sewer, though, to see how that has evolved or lack thereof. Access is still the same. There is no sign to warn you to wear your respirators, and oh look, it's still very much the same. A little bit of an ambience overhaul down here. I think I saw one server at one point hosting this map, but I didn't join it, which is unfortunate. Look, there's no outdoor rail yard to greet us. You've got to go through the tunnels to exit. It's all been replaced by housing. Jobs get replaced with homes for the rich. And the next way to make a living is to simply cater to the people that now occupy those homes. Bring in warehouses for furniture or open restaurants. And yeah, just evolve in courier ship to get by. Again, this isn't really a popular version of downtown anymore, but I still really like it. I just love the cozy vibe it has. How isolating yet cozy the skybox is. It just feels... doesn't feel like downtown, it just feels like a place for you. A place where you can find a little bit of warmth and comfort under the sun that is just always over here, yet the clouds keep you from burning. You can look up in a sky and look through these empty buildings. They're all yours. It's nothing but you. The chances of someone joining you if you were hosting this map would be astronomical. Something else you notice here is that there's actually more roadway that isn't just walkway. Sounds like the army's nearby. These roads are actually much wider, and they do connect fairly well, so you could just drive around. Oh, I don't have my vehicle saved. That's fine. I'm not gonna waste y'all's time with it, but it is kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever seen like a roleplay map actually. I imagine cars would be very chaotic. Look how tiny these parking spaces are. Yes, I don't think a roleplay host would fancy giving people a bunch of cars. I can only imagine the carnage that would take place. But it's still kind of neat to see. We do live in a world centered around the assumption that everyone has access to a vehicle. You're expected to be able to drive to work, or at least be within proximity. Especially if you live out in the middle of nowhere. But It's so crazy to think that someone could live here, walk to their car here, drive it, I don't know, just down here to work somewhere over here. And I'm sure I can make it sound more pish-posh than that, but it's like a 2-minute drive. Such a waste of a charge on your battery. Even just with a bicycle, you can make that time very quickly. You could sprint the whole way. You build yourself up for that. Or even pettier would be like living here, car, drive, and I guess you work just here at the Harper Appliance Company. But of course, trucks. And there is technically coastal access here, but look how tight it is. I mean, nothing except a kayak is getting through here reliably. It's far too narrow for anything else. It just ends abruptly. But you can see where it was going. I still really like it, and I hope y'all do too. Well, moving on. Ugh. Look at this. That server I was talking about is still online. From all those years ago. Well, okay, it's only 4 years ago. Look, last visited July 2022. Oh my gosh. Only 8 players out of 128. I hope I can show this on YouTube, but as a special bonus for y'all who have watched this far, I'm gonna join the server real quick, just to take a look at what it looks like. Because it's been so long since I played. Oh, that's a good start. Oh, okay, it's just, I forgot about this part. Yeah, I'm downloading. I thought I already had the map installed. Oh, yeah, this, I can only imagine the ridiculous number of add-ons I'm installing, despite how I have 31 pages of add-ons. Yeah, clearly I didn't get them all. Why is Grand Theft Auto 5 stuff mounting? I'm still amazed the server is still up. It's clearly not populated right now. Maybe on a weekend it would be better, but it's still here. I'm not sure people really expect Garry's mod for multiplayer exclusivity anymore. I've always found it funny how hobos use the, burnt corpses. Father Gregory is a bartender. Oh! I know what that's a reference to. I haven't even watched it yet. It's just I know. And now we're looping to... Oof. Yeah, as always, the police are represented in Combine avatars. What is taking so long? Okay, I'm gonna pause the video until we get in. It's almost done. I've been sitting here for a while now. I can only imagine how long this video is. I just thought I at least owed y'all the option to, allow me to display what I'm actually talking about when I mean the server I was on. ones are pretty fun. Being able to read them. An entertaining way to wait for a server this big to load. Okay. Now, screw you, Discord. Garnet, dark roleplay content, okay. I have a gravity gun. Oh, look, you can see the players. Everyone is on Windows, apparently, and from the United States. I'm a citizen, okay, that's fine, I just... Oh, it's very different. Soup. Okay, so these are the NPCs that I was talking about you could sell stuff to. This is new? And why is it grass? Did a player do this? I don't know. Let's just take a look. Oh hey, someone's been in here. F2 to own, okay. That's not gonna open. Oh hey, players. No one can hear you speak? Oh, okay. Oh gosh. Why is my mic not working? Testing. Testing. Yeah, it should work. Oh, hey, it's working. Hello. Hello, sir. Holy cow, what did you do? Excuse me, sir, do you mind being on YouTube? I'm recording for a video.
Hello?
Yes, I'm recording for YouTube and I was wondering if you'd be willing to answer a questionnaire.
Hell yeah. What's up?
How long have you been playing on this server?
I've been playing for about, let's see, since 2019, I'd say.
Oh gosh, that's amazing. How has the server evolved since you first started playing?
So the server has been, how do you say it? I'd say it's more vanilla than ever, as when I started. More just standard, more basic, just, you know, the regular Garry's mod. You got a couple people just chilling, hanging around, just having a good time, and, you know, just the standard classes like, you know, cops, you got the gang members, you know, stuff like that. And now I've seen the development of more of different classes, more custom classes, more weapons, more leveling system progressions. You're able to claim the money printers so you can have it if somebody disconnects on accident. So that's kind of like a big step up of what I've seen before actually. Personally, I would give my overall rating from 2019 to current Garnet Gaming. I would give it like a 8.75 out of 10 because I did see a lot of major improvements, and also the staff members are definitely improved and they have been well trained, and I haven't gotten to any you know, bad altercations, as you say, with them at all. And I've seen different seasonal events that they've been doing and posting as well, so that's pretty cool. I give that like a 9.5 due to creativity and effort, as I say. So overall, I'll give you like a rough estimate of like, I'll say like a 75 to 80% increase of change. So that's pretty cool, and I appreciate what everybody's been doing and helping the community out. And shout out to Garnet Game.
Wow, that's amazing. How has the map evolved since you started playing?
I'd say the map has always been the same. It's just some characters like the shark class can't be just freely roaming around anymore. Now you have to be in the water. It's because it's a class. It needs to follow the guideline of what the class is meant for. You know what I'm saying? So the map has, it's been the same. I'd say, been the same.
Interesting. Well, that's about all I could think of for now. I thank you for answering my questions, and if you have a YouTube URL, I'd be happy to shout you out there.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely shout you out as well. I can put it like a YouTube blog post as well. We can help each other out. I got you.
Sure, just send me the link to or just send like your username in chat. I'll screenshot it and I'll be sure to add you. Received. Thank you. I'll be sure to ignore the period. I screenshotted it, so I'll make sure I add you into the description of the video. Thank you for answering the questionnaire. I really do appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Speak to you later.
See ya.
He was really nice. See if there's anything else I could find. It was really amazing. We found a player that has been playing for 6 years now, maybe 7 by the time you're watching this. His insight was truly amazing, being able to see how he was able to answer for how the map has improved, how the server has improved. No secret money printers here. I don't even know if my stuff's saved from when I used to play. I wonder if there's anything going on in the server. Dang, he was quick. Same guy too, Lord of Dragon. He was very quick. Re-roll in 5 hours? Oh wow, there is a lot of stuff going on. Oh! Oh! He's having fun. Oh, I wish I could have asked him about how the player count has been. If I find someone else, I mean, it would be kind of awkward to go back to the same person and ask, but... Oh, I guess I was lagging out for a second. Yeah, I'd like to find someone that, would have insight on the player count. This tool is not enabled. Okay, what do I have? Keys. Okay, yeah, that hides my UI. That's pretty good. I don't think there's much going on here. It's been so long since I played Gmod online. At least without, like Sultan and Logan and that crew. See if anyone owns anything in the sewer. Nope. Nah. Nothing here. Is it just me or is my run speed nerfed? Maybe it's just an online thing. It's kind of weird my username is now Weka, but it used to be Gamma5510 on Steam as well, and I guess that still reflects in Garry's mod. I don't know. Maybe I can find somewhere central. This has been opened. Let's see if I can find other people in the center of town. There's not 4, 5, 6, 9. Oh, John F. Kennedy. El Cola, Ben the F over. Oh my gosh. Tommy Vercetti? How is that a roll? Okay, we're nearing the center of town. Oh, and is that a player? Oh, no, that's an NPC. Oh, you can actually play chess. How do I exit? Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to play chess with. There's got to be like some players. It's so desolate. I guess we could take a quick look at the cinema. I'm gonna pause the recording. Oh, I can't even get in. I was thinking I should probably pause the recording first before I take a look, and then if it's clear, then I resume, but don't even get the chance for that. There's people here. Where are they? I thought they'd be in the center of town. I mean, it's not very many people, but... I mean, I could always come back later. Well, okay, not always, but... You get the idea. Actually, it seems like there's a day and night cycle here as well. Is this a turret? Oh! So no one's been in charge of destroying asteroids. Interesting. Well, I'm saving the world here. Task completed. Oh, okay. $5,000 just for that? Oh, that's not bad. Saving the world makes good money. Is there like, can I like go out to sea? Oh, imagine if I could spawn in a helicopter. Ah, figured. Could always swim. Interesting, the server has its own time. It is getting very late, very rapidly. I want to find these other players, but... No one can hear you speak, so they're not in range. Unowned. No one's here. Dang it! I wasted so much time coming over here. Still gotta get ready for work later, gosh darn it. Ugh. If I can just identify where people are hanging out in this hour, I'll be satisfied at this point. Submit the report on yourself? Imagine if I reported myself for being a nitwit. Gosh. It somehow feels so empty. I mean, yeah, that's not a lot of people for the size of this map, but I thought they'd be doing something. Drawing board. Uh-oh. This is a mess. How do I get off it? Where's my mouse? Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Someone just straight up opened a casino? Nope. Let's try one more time. It was fun. I don't really have money to spend on casinos right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This looks like bullet trauma. And I heard what sounded like a player. No one can hear me speak. Unowned. It's gotta be... I heard someone. Wins up to $7,000, so it's not even guaranteed. Now let someone else handle that one. I heard someone. Maybe they're not in this building? Nobody unscrambled. I don't think anyone was going to unscramble that word effectively unless they've seen it before. I heard a player. Man. This is uncanny. Accumulate up to 4 hours of playtime? I'm not doing that. Oh, hang on, there's a player. He's out of range still. Okay, the range is really short in this game. Oh, yeah, he's got like special abilities I can't grab. Oh, hey, 2 players. Oh, it's y'all again. Hello. Never expected to see Tommy Vercetti. Sadly, I haven't been able to find anyone else in this entire server.
It might be a spawn.
That's where I just was. I didn't have any luck.
It is pretty early. A lot of people are not really on until like 5, 6 o'clock.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. No luck. I've already checked the sewer. Oh well.
It's alright. There'll be a couple more people getting on soon. I already know it.
Alright, I might come on later at some point.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Take it easy.
Alright, yeah, I gotta get going. I thank y'all again for answering the questions I had. Oh,
yeah, for sure.
You got something, Ben?
I just subbed to you, by the way.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
There was shits of people, okay. So the server is still really popular.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I better come back later then. But I do have to go.
Yeah. 5 or 6 o'clock is a sweet spot.
Alright.
See you guys.
See ya. Well, that was pretty interesting. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. And there was another server I had, but it's offline. Unreachable. Oh, I just missed them? Dang it, they just went offline. I forget what server that was. Maybe it was like a big... I remember the first server I ever joined was like a big city or backroom server. It was 2022, that was the thing. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm gonna... Well, I gotta get a move on now, so... I'll see y'all later. I thank you so much for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed the extra stuff I included in the end, and with that, I wish y'all a good one. Take care.